All right, you guys, so we're going to start this video by sharing with you the easiest way to make a spring bow with multiple ribbons. I know a lot of people are scared how to create beautiful bows, but let me tell you, it's so simple. And in this step-by-step tutorial, you two are going to learn how to create a gorgeous bow. We're gonna start with this beautiful collection of ribbons. This is from David Christopher's, and you guys, this is a 4-inch beautiful ribbon that has a carrot print. I'm also going to use a beautiful David Christopher's burlap, and this has an ombre glitter effect. I love it. And then I'm going to use some other inexpensive ribbons like this bunny with a print. Isn't this cute? With also with the carrots, and it's going to tie in well with the other ribbons. And then I'm gonna use an orange ribbon because that's going to tie in with the carrots, right? So that's going to be super fun. And then I'm going to use this gingham plaid black and white because I like to use a touch of black and white to kind of break apart all of those bright colors. And so I'm going to use also this one that has some carrots printed on. So these are going to be my ribbons. Now, I always like to tell you that if you have any ribbon left over, just leave it on the bolt, grab yourself a corsage pin and tuck it in, and that is going to keep your ribbons from unraveling because, well, we all know that that's not a good look, right? All right, so first things first, I want to let you know you're going to use a wire and then also a zip tie, and that's going to be the easiest way to do it. But in order to not hurt your fingers, what we're going to do is we're going to tape this wire with some florist tape. Now, I always like to just hang it right there on my finger, and I start right here on the top, and then I just kind of wrap it around. Now the trick right here is that you have to grab your tape and then you pull and you twist, and once you get to like meet your fingers, you go once again, you pull and you twist until you meet your fingers, then you pull, you twist, and then as you pull also, because this one is your thumb, you can just pull. I'll show you. When I need it to pull, I just go like this, pull a little bit more, and I go all the way down, and now you have yourself a taped wire that you can pull on it and it's not going to hurt your fingers. So we're going to use this to attach to our swag that we're going to be making. All right, so now I want to bring in this guy right here, this artifact, which is going to help me hold my ribbon, and so that way it doesn't unravel as I go. But I'm going to put it right here to my side because I want you to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tail of about 24 inches, and I'm going to pinch right here. Then see, because you have your thing, you don't even have to pull. And then I'm going to do a loop. You want the loop to be about 10 inches, which that will make it a 20-inch pull. Then you're going to go down. You're going to pinch and gather, and then we're going to cut right here. Now, here's a sweet spot. You're going to have this bow like this with a tail up and a tail down, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce this green one. So now what I'll do is I'm gonna take this ribbon out and I'm gonna put this one in, just drop it in, and then I'm going to introduce my ribbon. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do the designer part of it where the glitter is. I'm going to put that down, pinch right here with my hand. For this one I want a shorter tail, but not that short. So you just have to kind of see how long it is, right about there. And so now I'm going to do a loop like this, and I want it to be just a little bit smaller than the other one because they have to stagger up. Then I'm going to pinch right here, and then you have to go, remember to twist so that you bring that printed side up, and then you just fold one more time like that. And so now what we're going to do is twist, and we're going to cut this guy right about here. We want some longer tails because we really want this to hang on the door. I think it's so pretty when you hang on the door. At this point, you guys, I was pinching, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep my fingers and I'm just going to pinch like this because it's going to get thick in here, and I want to be able to continue to gather my ribbons. Okay, so I'm going to get the next one, and I think for the next one I'm going to do the black and white. And so I'm going to bring this ribbon. Once again, I'm going to give myself a smaller tail. And then I'm going to fold up like this. Remember, we're gonna stagger them because they have to be staggered in order to make a bow. You don't want all of your loops and your bows to be the same size. All right, so now what I'm going to do is go like this. And remember, we're going to fluff all of these at the end. For this one, because it's a black and white, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a third one. I'm gonna do a third. Sometimes you can do 2, sometimes you can do 3. It's up to you, but I do like to do, I'm actually gonna do 4. I'm gonna use all of the ribbon. Oh, perfect. Look at that. All of the ribbon from that little bolt with 4 tails, 4 loops and 2 tails. How cute is that? All right, so now I'm going to bring the orange one. I'm gonna take this one out, put this one in, and don't be afraid, you guys, to make bows. It's so easy. Look at this. I'm gonna pinch right here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up like this, pinch. Then I'm going to go up like this. Now for this particular one, I think I wanna do a 3-loop bow. So go down, up, pinch right here, and then you got yourself that tail. And we're gonna cut right here. We're gonna save this strip to cover our wreath hanger. Remember, we want this to be finished, and in order to do that, we have to finish that wreath hanger. Right, so now I'm gonna bring this cute ribbon with a little bunny that's also going to tie in with the rest of our ribbon. So I'm gonna do a loop like this. I'm gonna twist and go up, gather and pinch, twist, so that printed side is gonna face up. I'm gonna go like that. And with this one, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna do another tiny loop to kind of finish it right here. I'm gonna do a tiny, tiny loop, and then I'm gonna make sure that my tail is up like that. And so now what you want to do is you're gonna grab your zip tie. We're gonna zip tie it all together. So we're gonna go through right here, and then making sure that it goes through all of my loops. Because sometimes when we zip tie it and we don't get all the loops, then you got that extra tail, right? But I'm gonna make sure, see, and this is where you need both of your hands, because at this point, like I said, it got really thick in there. But you guys, it's all practice, and I promise you, if I can do it, there is no way you cannot. I taught myself how to do these bows just by watching people where I work with, and that's how I learned. And so that's why we put these videos together, to inspire you. All right, so now that I zip tied it, you know what I'm going to do is kind of tie it, but I want to introduce this wire right here. So I'm gonna put this wire through the zip tie before I cinch it really tight. So I'm going to pull the wire kind of halfway, and now we cinch really tight. And so these wires what we're going to use to attach, but first I have to cut the excess on the zip tie. Super easy. And so now we're going to twist that wire once or twice to secure it, and now this is the fun part where you get to really finesse this beautiful bow. All right, you guys, so before we get it all finished, remember to always dovetail every single ribbon on your bow, because that's what's going to make your bow look more finished. And so the easy way to do it is, if you just think of it this way, so this is going to be the top of my bow, and make those shorter. This is going to be the bottom of my bow, so we're gonna make those longer. So I'm gonna get to dovetailing every single bow, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so our next step is going to be to put our swag together. And for that, I have this cute little carrot patch sign, 5 cents each, sign that I got, I believe, at Walmart. I'm also going to use some of this beautiful foliage from David Christopher. This is their spring foliage. And you know what, as I talk, let me tell you, I need to start getting all of these tags off, because it makes it easier. And I just want to remind you that David Christopher is offering you guys 10% off with the code Ramon10 if you go to their website. So if you go to shopdavidchristopher's.com and then you type the code Ramon10, they'll be more than glad to give you 10% off exclusively for Ramon at Home viewers. Right, so then I'm gonna use some of the ribbon that we use for the bow, only the orange patch one, and then also the green one. That's going to be our base layer. And you guys have to see this beautiful swag that we're going to use for our wreath is going to be this gorgeous carrot swag. So I'm gonna start by fluffing this guy, and mention that I already fluffed this guy right here because it was pretty flat like a pancake. So all you have to do is basically pull every single carrot patch, look, and every single one of them is wire, and what I like about it is that it really fluffs out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start real quick. We're not going to take very long to make this swag, and you'll see how easy it is to make. So I'm going to start with my ribbon, and I'm going to grab right here, and I'm going to dovetail. You guys, this ribbon is so pretty. It has that back taffeta. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this right here. I'm going to pinch, and then I'm going to grab two of my bristles, and I'm going to twist real tight. That's just gonna give us somewhere to see. That's why I need my little thing, because that way you don't have to do this number. All right, so now I'm going to do a swoop right here like this. Then I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm gonna do another loop like that. I'm gonna go this way now, all the way to the edge, and grabbing two of those bristles. So just gonna do opposite like this, and I'm gonna end with a dovetail at the bottom. It's going to be super simple. We're trying to make all of these DIYs as simple and as doable for everybody to be able to replicate. By the way, are you enjoying the spring season, you guys? We are doing videos Monday through Friday during the month of March to bring all of the DIYs for spring to you, so that way you have some ideas if you want to replicate these looks. Right, so now I'm going to go the opposite way. So I'm gonna do my loop over on this side like this, and I'm gonna grab those twisty ties. Now I was going to glue this, you guys, but I really want to keep this form to show you some Christmas DIYs this holiday season. So I'm not going to glue. It's going to be just for teaching purposes. And so if you want to go ahead and glue, I would recommend to use a hot glue pen or a hot glue gun. So that way you can glue this if you were making it to sell. But for teaching purposes, I don't like to glue, because that way I can reuse all, especially the bases, you know. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my swag down. I'm gonna put this ribbon away. I'm gonna bring my swag, and I'm gonna start right here on the top. I will give it a little bit of a bend, and I'm going to start right here. I'm going to attach, and some of these guys I'm going to go up like this. Look how cute this is. And then you're gonna give it a little bit of a swoop too, and then you're gonna fold down, and you're gonna come all the way down like right here. And that's just gonna give us all of those carrots that we need for our swag. Once again, you can fluff them like this, because every single carrot and every single one of these curlicues is individually wrapped. And as you guys can see, I just got attached to one like that. And then you can put them to the side. You can bring them forward. That's so far our swag. So now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring one of my orange hydrangeas, and I'm gonna cut half of it like that, and I'm gonna bring it over here to the top. Remember, at this point, if you wanted to glue, you could go ahead and glue, but since I'm doing it for teaching purposes, I'm gonna leave that guy right there. And then I'm going to grab one of these green ones, and these also are from David Christopher's. All the florals and the swag and the ribbons are from David Christopher. So I'm gonna bring this guy right here, and I'm going to attach just by swooping two of these curlicues to it. Then I'm gonna grab another orange one. Now, when you get to the bottom of it, what you want to do is, and look how good the wires on these, you guys. These are the Real Touch hydrangeas, and they're so pretty. So what you want to do is you want to go up. You might not be able to see this one, but you'll be able to see it when we put on the door to give you a close-up. I'm gonna put that guy right there, and I have another green one, but I think I'm gonna skip it, and instead I'm gonna bring some of these cabbage roses, and I'm gonna start right here on the top. Once again, just grab one of those bristles and twist it in. Then I'm gonna grab these two, and I'm going to remember that we work in sets of 3s, 2s, and 1s. So we did 2 right here. We're going to do 3 right here, and then 1 by itself on the very bottom. So I'm going to grab these 2 together, and then I'm going to go down, and I'm gonna grab 2 of my bristles and I'm going to make sure that they are attached together like this. And look at that. So now we have 2 up here on the top, 3 right here with some carrots, and then 1 on the bottom. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my plaque. It's going to be our focal point. So I want to put it right here with a 3, and I'm going to put my hand through all the way to the back, and I'm going to pull real tight like that. And then I'm going to grab a bristle and I'm going to go through it and just attach it. And look, that's going to stay right there. How awesome is that? All right, you guys, so this is where the fun begins. So we're going to start adding some of this greenery, and because it does need some green to go with all of the green on the ribbon. So we're going to start right here on the top, and then I'm going to work my way down. And remember, if you wanted to, you could grab a little bit of a hot glue gun and then just go like this, and make sure that you go all the way down with your foliage. So I'm gonna go right here. Look how cute that is. And we're gonna go all the way down, and once we go all the way down, what we're going to do is, remember, what happens on the right happens on the left. So now we have to go over to this side, and I want to share with you real quick. So these are from David Christopher's, and look, you guys, it comes like this, but all you have to do is pull them out. Look how easy it is. I absolutely love all of this product, because look, he makes it so easy for us to just work with it. And so instead of having like this one right here, this is where your tape comes in handy. If it's loose, then all you have to do is retape it like this. And now you got yourself a pick of greenery, and all you have to do is kind of fluff it in. Remember, all of these are wired together for your convenience. So I'm going to go right here. Okay, so now that we're at this point, I went ahead and grabbed my bow that we made at the beginning of the video, and I'm gonna come in here, and remember that it has this wire that we put on the back that we insert before we cinched it together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to have to undo it from the back and just pull those wires really tight all the way to the back and twist them together. Oh, there's 1 twist, 2 twists. All right, and so now our finessing begins. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab all of these bows, and we're going to go down like this. All right, you guys, so here is the end result of this beautiful springy swag with orange and green hydrangeas and this super adorable sign that says pumpkin patch. Pick your own for 5 cents. And I just absolutely love this ribbon by David Christopher's with all of the carrots in white and green. And as you guys can see, the carrot was kind of like the theme for this swag, with a beautiful swag of carrots just popping out. How adorable are these cabbage roses in orange, and they just go all the way down on the door. It is super adorable, super easy to make, and I really hope that you give it a try this spring season on your front door.